Hi, and welcome back to our journey to top 100 and the world. It is day 79, and yeah, we have gone back to 9,000, so that's good. We can work with that, continue playing. Okay, we got white pieces. I think it's time for the English, even though, yeah, I'm switching things up as I can. Facing d5, so yeah, in this version, I think I'll just play. Oh, wow, it is queen's can be declined, but bishop e7. I'm sure that that's not the best move, but because I'm just taking the exchange variation, it's not really a move I want to see. I want to see knight f6 instead, but now it will be delayed. Yeah, I can bet that it will. So yeah, I'll go knight f3 eventually. Even though, yeah, definitely better to put knight on e2 instead. However, gotta do it. And now also you need to develop the Darksfield bishop, but this is a big threat coming up, so okay, we'll have to switch it up a bit. Close our bishop, that's sad, but we can counter this threat at least. That was the point of this. And now, yeah, just castle and play it as normally with this bad bishop. It's still a game, so yeah, just we can still play it. Yeah, if we be honest, perfectly safe. No bishop is on the diagonal anymore. And b4 is what I want to go for. That would definitely seem like the typical idea, the minority attack. And that's why, honestly, I would advise anyone to play an exchanged Queen's Gambit, because just there's a very easy strategy. You just, yeah, you basically just go for the minority attack. There is one problem though, that it can be stopped quite nicely with b5 and knight b6. But it's not that easy to figure out, but at this level they usually know it. So yeah, that's one thing I'm starting to face a lot. Now I'd expect b5, and at first glance it seems like, yeah, b5, and there is a huge weakness on c6, or if I take on a6, if cb. But when the knight lands on c4, it's really not good. But here we might get a chance to get knight e5. Is it good though? Yeah, I think it should be. Just knight e5, so we are controlling the c4 square right now. Hello, welcome to the stream. Now b5, and yeah, that's an easy plan. Okay, so knight move back to challenge my knight. Do I actually need to take? Like, what happens if I don't? What happens if I just don't take? It would most likely still be fine, but I'll just take on b5. I'll see the knight on c4 being placed, but yeah, you definitely need to give something. Now it'll be interesting to see how will my opponent deal with this, because you can deal with this a couple of different ways. Oh, wow. If a5, oh wow, so that was the idea. That's very creative and good for black. But such a thing usually is not possible for some reason. Now I would very like to get bishop a3. They cannot really do that. In that case, yeah, okay, I will give my opponent an opportunity to create an isolated d pawn, but I'll at least get activity, and there is this weakness created with the g6 pawn push. Now I can decide if I take with the queen, will it benefit me in any way? If I take with the knight, I get it into the attack, kind of, but the bishop will restrict it, and there'll be attack created against the d pawn immediately. It's not easy to decide because, yeah, the pawn will get under attack. With a knight it seems more logical, doesn't it? But, yeah, I'll take with the queen. I'll take it with the queen. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Astro. Okay, yeah, the rook moved. And now, oh, I cannot go queen f3. I would lose a pawn immediately, but the idea was to keep the queen on this diagonal. So just maybe, it might be working. This I take on b7. Possibly that, but in these lines there is very often something hidden. Like, for example, rook b8. But I would go back. Yeah, I would go back and it's fine. Don't take it. Go to f3. Can you play with me? But my rating is just 251. Well, I want to dedicate these streams to just grind, and if there are enough of you asking, at some point I will make also a stream where I'll be only playing Euros, maybe. But yeah, at first I was accepting these challenges and games, but after a while it was a bit too often, and then yeah, I'm sorry, but in this stream not, but I might give a poll, and if there will be enough people interested to play against me, I will definitely consider making a stream where I'll be playing Euros very soon, like, I don't know, in less than a week. Actually, yeah, it will have to be in less than a week. Well, yeah, I know that I'm thinking quite a lot, but at the same time, surprisingly, the clock is quite even. And yeah, if you're that surprised, I'm quite used to playing classical chess, so yeah, there you spend even 20 minutes on a single move. So I'm quite used to thinking a lot. Let's do something with the knight now. Would be great. Okay, just a simple pawn push, and it's not easy to deal with. Knight e2 could be nice. Yeah, that seems fine. But the pawn is really fast, supported by the rook. So how do I stop it? I'm stopping it twice now, but that's not enough. There are also two supporters. And if the pawn surpasses it, I mean, really. So yeah, I created the one plan that White has with the minority attack, and there is no weakness, there is just a scary passed pawn. Queen d5, queen trade. I might almost have to accept it. Yeah, let's go for it. There are no problems with this, possibly. The bishop is just so not a good piece. Therefore there is knight c3. Okay, let's go bishop d2. And yeah, there's the discovery, and actually it's hitting this pawn. And then, yeah, I mean, yeah, the more you think, the more you can learn, I would say. However, with no increment, it's tough, and I'm getting punished for it quite often. Okay, knight c3. If we trade, I'm defending and also stopping. I'm not sure if it will be enough, but I'm still keeping all my pawns for the time being. Okay, rook d1 works, and it defends the pawn if black would go after it immediately. However, what I'm worried more about is the advanced a-pawn, supported by the rook. The rook has done nothing, no moves in the game, yet it might be the best black's piece. The other pieces are also very nicely placed, but yeah, this rook scares me the most, and there it is. The pawn advancement. Okay, let's go to a1. We gotta stop it. Oh, now the tactic I had prepared does not work, or does it? Um, is it working? No, I don't think it is. No, it definitely isn't working right now. Okay, I'll take, but I'll definitely lose something there in exchange. Previously it was working. I can show you afterwards why that rook a1 move made the capture possible. But now, yeah, I mean, the last one was somehow just so strong. Let's go after it, however, it won't be enough. This is very straightforward for black now to deal with it. So yeah, I can show you now what has actually happened here, even though it still definitely was not good already at this point. Even though, again, I don't know what went wrong here exactly, because yeah, this is a typical push, but a5, very rare to face. But yeah, here immediately, well, here it's already bad, but yeah, this made it worse. But I just wanted to show you why. If well, here, if black takes, I recapture, and I'm defending twice. And if immediate captures, then I can take the knight, then this, and then bishop e3. Apparently it is still just, oh yeah, you can defend this way apparently. So yeah, we both missed this. We just thought the rook belongs there, but anyway. I got outplayed here somewhere. But again, knight f3, that the bishop e7 opening. And yeah, you wanted some tips to gain elo. It's hard for me to say, because I was actually planning on making a video where I would be saying everyone that there are no shortcuts to being better at chess, basically. Just need to put in the work. That's it. Like, yeah, you can watch all those videos and quick tips, and yes, they certainly help you a bit. But when you improve, it's not by one video you just watched. It is because all the work that you put in before too. So yeah, that's the problem with it. And at that level, well, let me think, but I also need to pay attention to the position. It's f6. I usually go for f6, but then it somehow is not good. Bishop goes back. Bishop c5 here looks good. Yeah, right now I want to put this bishop to this diagonal. Bishop e3, but I can take there with the knight. Oh, I've actually had a very similar position. Oh, isn't this the exact same position, maybe? No, no, it's not an exact same position I had in one of my classic games, but it is very similar. And now e4 should be pretty good. Oh, if e4 and capture, I was thinking only rook takes, but no, bishop takes, and the pawn is defended. However, still doubled e pawn would be weak. Is it actually good or bad? Okay, let's go rook e8. And okay, now d4. Advancement, so I gotta take, I assume. And then, yeah, I cannot take and gain anything from it. Yeah, this diagonal is better than this one. It is closed by pawn like this. Bishop b6. Oh yeah, it keeps the pawn pinned. However, here it's immediately active. And this diagonal is pretty weak and strong too. But I guess both are possible. I can now go to g3 and just attack the rook. It seems good. Yeah, why not? We'll activate our queen. And then, yeah, with the possibility of going there, but okay, knight f1, strong move. Strong move, chasing the bishop back. Now, okay, I'll go back to d6. Yeah, I got it, that you mean. Bishop b6. And yeah, I think that both of these moves possible, and I think close to each other in the strength. But I just preferred bishop d6 in that situation. But now, am I or am I not running under a bit of trouble here? Because this is gonna be created, yeah, the battery. And also the e-file, so maybe not trading a bishop f5 was the way. But now we gotta figure out what to do. Queen a5 comes to mind. Or bishop d7 first, and once the battery is created. Or my queen attacked, I'll go queen a5, yeah. Queen a5. I need to get off the diagonal, most active square. Also g6 for potential trade, but I don't like my pawns being doubled in that way. Oh, but maybe queen a5 immediately was better indeed. Even though bishop c2 would still stop bishop f5, as it is stopping right now too. Now they want a queen trade. Not queen trade, rook trade. Yeah, I do in fact. I'll take with the bishop. Of course, I don't want to get mated. And then I got bishop g6. Which is very nice move to get. Yeah, let's just go for it. It has the queen. This is not even possibility, which is great. And now a queen trade. But is my queen more active now? It might be, however, there are also the bishops facing each other. So yeah, I think I'll just... Or am I gonna trade? Queen b5 is here as an option, but no, I don't like the double pawn. Simply, I don't. Okay, now we definitely should bring the king into the action. Yeah, knight is trying to get active, but h4. I can go in. Yeah, I like the h4 f5 is what my opponent is going for. But I'll try to get active with my bishop. And yeah, if you are still following, you were asking for that tips, I would say that you need to put in the work, but what I would try to focus on would be just solving puzzles, as easy as it is. You need to pick up that pattern memory, because chess is basically about pattern recognition. That's what chess is. So the more patterns you saw and the more often you saw them will help you recognize it in real games. Oh, if I go knight d5, there is bishop b3. Bishop b3, bishop f7. And I might get two bishops against two knights. If I go here, just bishop b3 will stop knight d5. So I think I'll choose to go for this option. because there is no way to defend this pawn while not losing b4. And now the same thing, basically. So I would expect, yeah, trading. And now we got this interesting endgame where the two bishops simply should be favorable, and yeah, I hope you will see why, that I'll be able to squeeze something from it, and it seems like I'm winning a pawn. Although this move nicely attacks the bishop, but I can take now, give up the bishop at the right moment, and take the pawn. However, wouldn't the bishop be a bit too far from being able to help? If I go here, that stops a3, a4 too. Okay, let's do this, but with the knights, yeah, it is very tricky still. And my bishops are getting, yeah, I think I'll win a pawn. I should, but yeah, there still can be issues with them being a bit too far from the action, and also the king is much more active. My opponent has than my king. Okay, let's activate my king too. I snatched the pawn. The good thing about having two bishops, since they are on opposite colors, that means they can't get forked just by a knight, because knight only always attacks one color complex at a time. So that is something good. Isn't this a second pawn? Possibly. Oh, it's not. Apparently it's not. Okay, let's give it up. Let's give up our bishop pair. And okay, now I'll go c6 because I need to untrap the bishop. c4 still traps it, yeah. My opponent is simply relentless and going for it. And I am in a bit of trouble, not gonna lie. Still got bishop a4. But if I don't find something quick, I can go in and attack the knight. And then how the king opponent can be looking. I can also give this up. No, that doesn't actually even help. So I'll try to counterattack the knight to free up squares for my bishop. But now we can get into an unclear king opponent game, which normally you would have to go through it and calculate the entire king opponent game. If you're winning, if you're losing, if it's a draw, but with 1 minute on the clock, no time for doing that. But do I go this or take? I think my opponent's faster. Yeah, my opponent's is 100% faster. Now I see it. I cannot take. I cannot push. I will try pushing though, but no, my opponent's controlling everything. Yeah, you see this? I didn't have time to calculate this endgame. I just saw that it will occur, but it was still too unclear. And now I see I'm lost, but yeah, simply not enough time to calculate this. Otherwise, definitely would try to find something else. There's the issue with rapid time format. But still, was there anything bad to do? Because the bishop was trapped very cleverly. But no, there absolutely was. This was right. Bishop a4. King e5. So this was winning. It was winning. Oh, I see it. See it, but 50 seconds. This, and I didn't, what I missed was if I take, and this I'll take on b5. This was the crucial thing I missed. Oh, I mean, findable. 50 seconds though, that was the problem. Otherwise definitely easy. With like 2 minutes, I think I would see it. But yeah, because I was only calculating if I go after this, then, you know, I'll be slower. That's what I saw. You can see. I just saw, I just missed the fact that I would be just in time to attack the pawn before the king takes on a7. Wow. Yeah, it's harsh reality that this did not happen on the board because, yeah, I'm definitely strong enough to see this, but at the same time, I still don't know that 50 seconds simply is not too much. See this variation, like, where did I move the bishop now? Do just take, I think you just take. But that's what my opponent is used to. For sure. Now it's time to develop the bishop. I can possibly give it back just to be fine. Yeah, it is true, I kind of gave up too soon. I thought that I'm lost in a position where I was winning. However, yeah, that was the only path to victory, otherwise you are losing. And yeah, I just couldn't see it, so. Definitely the fact that I was already resigned did not help. That's a fact. Here, we are playing Vienna. This Vin, how annoying is it? It's probably quite unpleasant. It likely is. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way how to actually get rid of that pin. If not h6, g5, which is a classic idea, how you can just always get rid of it. However, you just weaken the king side. But just in this line, it might be playable. In many Italians, it is played. And this is Vienna, so it's quite close to it. F4. So I can now give a check. That's what you can do, but yeah, if I take, the pressure on the f-file will increase a lot. If there's this... Isn't there knight d5 then? No, I could still take this way. So yeah, now I'll go h6. I think I should still be fine. But always in Vienna, the attack looks scary. But now, if h4 and I take, I can fork for whatever, whichever piece lands there, even though knight could take. But if I don't, I'll c captures and then there'll be things on f6 anyway. So let's take then. Let's take, and our king will be opened up, but there doesn't seem to be anything we can do about it. Otherwise, the pin will be just too strong. And eventually, we would get destroyed anyway. But here I have g5, knight takes, I'll recapture. I'll claim control over the file too. I might give a check first. Yeah, that seems good. I'll give a check first. Get the bishop to this diagonal and then g5. Go for this line. Now bishop g3. Maybe bishop f2 to trade. However, no, bishop g3 looks quite automatic. Maybe queen g3 could try, but that would be sort of trapping the bishop. So bishop to g3 looks like the best move, and the move you just play. And the reaction might be knight h5 to hit the bishop and get to a 4. It should be awesome. Also e5, because e5 from white could be dangerous. Whoever if I go e5, then there will be very excellent, just, yeah, awesome outpost, which is now controlled by the pawn. Everywhere only pros and cons. I don't see a clear move. I guess that my opponent is thinking of sacrificing the bishop. That's the only thing that would make sense. Oh, e5. Wait a second, e5 gains access to g6 immediately. It hits the knight. So I think that e5 is the move that is my opponent looking. So okay, I kind of thought that this was just the move, but my opponent has paused, I think, the right moment and calculating e5. So we gotta figure out what happens after it too. So no, e5 was not played, instead queen g4. Another idea I mentioned, however, yeah, like I said, this doesn't feel too right. You might sacrifice later and gain both pawns. It supports e5. It does. But yeah, we can just step away with the king and take the bishop. And hope we survive. That actually quite comes with it. Or knight h5, anyway. What's wrong with that? Hitting the queen. Queen g4. Knight h7. Yeah, possible. I was thinking of knight jumps because, yeah, we would defend that pawn. Not lose it. Oh no, knight h5 is not a way. I think I'll go king h8 after all. Yeah, okay, let's go for it. With knight h7, it would defend. But I think I'll go knight h7 now. And I think that might be better. Because if knight h7, it's not yet sure to win the bishop, even though my opponent just clearly indicated that he wants to sack. However, that would be an option of, I don't know, queen g4 or queen g4 basically, and then go back. And I kind of wanted to play this position, bishop up for these two pawns. I don't think that there is attack big enough to compensate for it. And the problem for white is this knight, because it's very inactive. There is a path. There are some paths. However, they all take 3 or 4 moves, so I'll get the move as well, so you know we can consolidate a little. I might even take and go queen g8 and then rook f8. Why not do? They're just gonna trade down. And luckily though, no, I can still take with the king, but I thought that if I take with the rook, there might be rook infiltration, and white's already got 2 pawns. So maybe if it snatched another one, it would be enough. But no. And yeah, here we can trade, and this pawn is safe because there's a checkmate threat. Very nice. And yeah, the king is actually very safe. King is very safe. The knight defending checks from the queen, and that's basically the danger here, as I saw the knight's too far away. The rook is going up now. However, yeah, I'll just take. What else? And then I can even trade queens if I want to. Then I would have to make sure that, yeah, I can win it. Because I was not able to win a similar position yesterday, I think. But I'm even up on the clock. Okay, it is still defendable with something like this. But then I'll just claim the f-file and white's got no attack. Then it will be about stopping these 2 connected passers. Okay, so the queen actually goes back. But like I said, I don't think it's really big danger. Queen f4, queen f2. One of these 2 moves. Queen f4. I thought one queen trade, but I might hesitate a little with the next one, because I can use my own queen to grab a pawn or 2 before eventually trading. Clear idea. Queen c1 check. There is knight d1 defending against check and defending b2. But I can also go like bishop d4. Okay, did I actually give that check now? Knight d1. And then what? No, I don't think it's the best way to go about the position. I'll keep the queens on the board right now. Yeah, queen f2. I definitely was considering it. Let's threaten mate. Let's threaten mate and then take the bishop with the queen. It should be safe enough. Because like I said, the knight is preventing the checks. So now I'll just get active with the queen. Eventually, maybe even trade. But it is true that maybe getting a little safer with the king might be useful. Because otherwise I don't see myself making progress. Knight f6 could be good. Yeah, that seems very good because checks aren't possible. Now king g7. Okay, king g7. Yeah, a5, a4, but then, yeah, simply a4 happens before. That was quite, yeah, unstoppably coming. Now I think I'll go back and try to go for that queen shot, because with the knight, it should be easier than with knight and a bishop against a knight. At least based on my experience. Okay, let's give this check. We're actually not winning a pawn with check. I thought we are. However, there is knight g4. Yeah, knight g4 seems very nice. Hitting the queen and h2. Yeah, there is this check, but now I'll go e5. And queen g1 defends. But now I'll go back. I have gotten a better structure. I can attack this. And now queen g4, and I'm capturing on e4, doesn't matter what. Yeah, queen takes that. However, now I'll take this with check. And hopefully take even more pawns with check. I don't have to be checking all the time. I can trade queens, but that's unnecessary. Yeah, I think I'll go in with the knight again, trying to create some checkmating patterns. This pawn is nicely guarded, and the king, even though it is wide open, very safe. Now a threat is to grab a pawn, and then there are checkmates. Also knight e3 and checkmate, knight e3 and grabbing there. Okay, queen there defends e1. But there's this check, and this. And it also attacks c7. This seems very nice. But how do you make progress? Oh, I see how. That's very beautiful, honestly. There's also this check right now available. Whether I'll use this one. And now I can go here. And now I can take... Oh, can I? How is it that I don't see it? I'm trying to find a way to progress here and eventually checkmate or at least grab a pawn. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is now checkmate. There we go, finally. But it took a lot of moves and checks with the queen and the knight. But yeah, that's finally checkmate. But wow, I was scared with 25 seconds that I'm not going to find it. It was 15 moves with checking with queen and a knight constantly that led to that moment. This is mate in 2. Okay, so king g6 or king h6 is checkmate on the next move. Missed that. Yeah, still there was king g6, king h6. But I found a path and that's what matters eventually. We get our nice game. I'll go for e4 now. And knight f3. And then, okay, Scotch Gambit again, it is. And yeah, I'm honestly playing the Scotch Gambit because I feel like now that I've dropped quite a bit with rating, below 2200 rated players, I feel like in a Scotch Gambit, I might just outplay them. That's why I don't play the Ruy Lopez as much here. 97. Nice. I know the theory after 94. Here I don't know it as much. Yeah, I think it's a very strong opening. For at least if you don't count like grandmasters. They kind of cannot play it because because of it to be bad, but it's very drawish at that level. But yeah, if you are not playing it at the absolute top, then definitely awesome games can thrive. Bishop b5 is boring. Well, no, it's not. I mean, probably. I mean, it is definitely less tactical than Scotch Gambit. It is. I should maybe develop my pieces. But yeah, I would say about Ruy Lopez, it is just much more difficult opening to learn. There are a lot more variations and lines. And yeah, that's about it. It is very difficult opening. Can I get away with e6 and a5? I don't see a problem. I think I should get away with it. And if you get this in a Scotch Gambit, and if you're playing it yourself, you probably know. If you get these pawns like this or the f pawn to f6, you just should be winning. You just should. Okay, can I now develop with Tempe? Bishop f4 seems pretty strong. And queen will be pushed back. To e7, yeah, but that's not really varying me. And now we have to develop the knight. Okay, c5 can be played. If, for example, knight d2, d5 is defended. So I think I'll go for pawn b4. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry then. Yeah. Then it's my fault. a5, yeah, it just makes sense. I can even take, I got the rook defended, however I like the queen in the center, so I'll defend with the c-pawn. Oh, you mean this? The line I played. Oh. Okay then. I know the both lines, even with castling. But with castling, there is just a really long, very forced line. No deviations possible, and here I just enjoyed that plan with the advancement of the e and the f pawn. Where do I move the rook now? To e1? Yeah, most likely e1 or c1. Yeah, okay. In the end, I like e1 more. Bishop c4, defending, nice square, and attacking a2. Let's just go a3 then. And we might get a nice rook lift. That would be great. Nice idea is to just get the rook to h3 and queen in front of it and threaten checkmate. Usually very hard to stop. Knight a4, trying to infiltrate my position a bit. And maybe prepare c5. Which might be possible. That is what my opponent wants, but I still have a way to prevent it with bishop e3 if I really want to. Okay, yeah. I think I'll go bishop e3 then, try to trade the knights and get opposite card bishops. And they should favor me. But so far, the play is happening on the queen side, because we are basically battling about at c5 square, but the black is able to advance the pawn, get rid of the doubled pawns, and get the pawns rolling, or if I'm able to blockade that successfully, then I should simply enjoy these two pawns. The queen goes there now, because the bishop just left the diagonal. Very nice. Do I have to worry though? Nah, I think I'll just stick with what I wanted to play. And go knight c3. Knight b2 I don't believe would be played. Knight b2, knight d3 as an idea. Seems a bit strange. But no, it's okay, it's not played. And now, okay, yeah, rook e1 running away from this. Now I just want to attack. That's what I would like to. I don't want to let the queen in. So how am I going to achieve that? With this, there's queen f4. I don't want to let that happen. So yeah, but there is queen e5. If I move in this direction, okay, let's go queen d4 then. Yeah, g3, another possibility, you're right. However, queen e5 would still be there. And that is, I was hoping that my opponent would not play it for one more move. Then I would have an excellent position, but no. In that case, we do not have that. Again, I need to watch out f5. I don't like taking. I don't like taking, but there is weak f5. Maybe I can go queen g4. That might get very sharp. But well, let's try. Okay, let's try queen g4. Going after the king. Okay, and queen goes back. That's a very good sign, honestly. Going for defense. And now I get to play bishop f4, chasing the queen even more back. Although I want to keep stopping c5 breakthrough, so... Oh yeah, I'll go bishop d4. Oh no, I can actually go to c5. There was a possibility before too. I did not want to allow queen to go back, but yeah, I missed the fact that I'm defending with the rook, so then that was the way for sure. But I might not need to go to c5. I'll just go to d4 and block the pawn. And now, finally, it should be the time to go for a rook lift. Yeah, now it seems like we finally figured it out, pushed the queen back, and time for a rook lift. I'm also threatening f6 for potential, the pawn is pinned. So it immediately hides. Now we can rook lift. We are also defending the base of the pawn chain over there. Immediately h6. But it might not be enough. Let's actually bring the other rook too. I got a3 defended. And now I can maybe even push e7. I got it defended twice. It would cut the queen off from defending. And yes, the way I want to break through is to sack either a bishop or a rook in order to break through it. Now queen goes there for no... reason it was not forced. You can do a lot of stuff here, honestly. Let's go rook h3. And now I'm threatening to take actually both pawns. Yeah, that's an idea. I can also bring the other rook up. But then I would run under some kind of a threat of sacrifice on the queen side. And then maybe a perpetual, if possible. Hard to see it. But so far I got a checkmate threat, or near checkmate threat already now. So yeah, the way to stop it, this move. Like, yeah, I guess you can. Okay, now I'll go to g6. Queen e8. Great, but can't I sack now? And then rook e3. That should work. I don't see a problem here. Let's go for it. And now rook e3 should be mating. Nice. Very nice rook sacrifice. We are even defending a3, but it doesn't even matter. Only way to stop the checkmate is to give up the queen. Or the rook, but no, there's just rook g3 again. And wow, this was a very nice victory, and yeah, this is basically the Scotch Gambit. Once you get these 2 pawns and get c5 under control, you are winning. That's Scotch Gambit with bishop b5 variation. And there's not actually bishop b5 variation, it is e5. And yeah, that's this variation. But was there anything faster? I just want to check in this position. No, queen g6 was the best. Actually sacrificing immediately was also possible. I was thinking about e7 as the other move. Apparently c5 is the best. Okay. And it did not really matter how we do that. Yeah, I mean, the Scotch Gambit, even with GMs in a rapid, even in rapid, I haven't seen the top GMs played it. Maybe like a regular GM, not a super GM, possibly. I guess. But in a classical, I don't really think so. Okay, another game. We are playing close Sicilian. Now let's castle d3, 92. Oh no, I'll go d3 first. h5. In that case, I go h3, and if you get too aggressive with h4, I just close it with g4, and yeah, I should be fine. I played some kind of a weird game where the knight snuck in, and then yeah, it didn't end up very good. But that happened to me only once, I think. Otherwise, I'm dealing with this very successfully. f6. Does it prepare g5? It might. I think I go knight d2 and then develop bishop e3 because the problem with bishop e3 is then d5 and he cannot go for e5. Even though even here, after f6, e5 is not that great. Yeah, f5, I was thinking about it briefly, but I was not sure what it will really achieve after e5. Yes, I would have had knight d5, but yeah, still, I don't really think that currently that is that strong. Even though in the future, definitely one thing I'll look out for. And now bishop e3. And long castles, yeah. Kind of seemed like black's going to do that. However, I can get through. I can get in. And I'll get it in very fast with these two pawns. And I think that you want to start with a4, b4, c3. That's how I would see it. And now, yeah, I gotta take. And yes, only line that will open up will be the c file, but that already feels pretty good. And now I might just start pushing the pawn. Pushing the d pawn. There will be d5 coming up. That would close my bishop. So maybe, yeah, probably I should take advantage of it immediately with the knight to d4. Yeah, definitely. Knight d4. Knight is pinned, and I'll come to b5. Knight b5 now, only square is the c8 square, and if... No, actually I wanted to say if this was a queen, this would be checkmate, but there's a knight defending. I can still go there. There is a pin, but it's not checkmate, so not that useful. I can go to b6 though. And I can also jump to d4 with the other knight. How do we do this? Why not, honestly? Let's hit the rook first. And then we can take on a5. Actually, is it that simple? We can take on a5, the knight is pinned. So wow, actually, my opponent's sacking the exchange. However, I'm not sure whether I would take. That I'll even take it. Because I feel like capturing a5 is even stronger. I'm still threatening to take it, so maybe on the next move, already having a pawn. Wow, there is a queen sack. There is a queen sack. Well, that's a possibility for sure. It was for a rook and a bishop, so it's not game over. But it most of the times should be better for the side with the queen. but I'm still only saying should. I would like to trade one pair of rooks, maybe, or would I? It's not actually that easy. It's not. I need to open up the center, I think. Am I gonna do it with e5, d4, e5? f5 is not gonna open it up. Yeah, okay, let's go e5. That seems good enough. Also controlling d6. We got a queen and a pawn for a rook and a bishop. From all that, and still this knight is very actively attacking all these squares around the king while being protected by the extra pawn. So that's a great piece, definitely. I just need to activate the queen. But there's a problem, and the problem is this dark squad bishop that it can defend very easily, and I don't have a dark squad bishop. So in event of, I don't know, queen e3 somehow, you can imagine like this. Bishop c5, d4, bishop b6. And now it's not so clear. If bishop takes on f3, then I think I would take with the bishop. That would probably be fine. How about playing knight d4? Is it possible? Yeah, okay, I hope it is. The fact that I would like to go to f3 and then bishop c5. Getting the pain and also just hitting the queen, d4. Bishop takes. It doesn't seem so nicely. But now knight gets in, and the bishop can no longer go there. So queen e3, bishop cannot go here, and the knight need to remain there to guard a7, checkmating square. So one of the plans might be to sack rook, although it might free up a few squares, and also the knight can capture it. So that's where this bishop would come in to capture there as well. Also, there is queen b6, bishop d8. So yeah, it's not so clear. It feels like I made progress. Definitely interesting game. I should still be winning, but it's not clear how to convert it. So yeah, I'll just try to attack and hope it will work out sooner or later. Now the knight gets in here. Oh, and it actually defends c5, which is quite big. That's quite huge, honestly. Missed this detail. So okay, let's go d4 and hit the knight. And then rook c1, I guess. And I've closed the diagonal again. Don't tell me you can sack. Oh, you can go there. That's very nice. Not so much for me. Okay, let's move the king now. These knights are protecting each other, but that means this knight cannot move. Because I'm attacking this. Queen c2, yeah. Well, not queen, but rook. Rook f2 now. I need to get rid of this active rook. However, the other rook will join. I assume. Maybe capturing an f5 to explode even more. There is a tension between bishops. It is getting crazy. Yeah, like I said, no clear path. Okay, so we are trading. I'm controlling the second rank now. So even though the rook will likely land somewhere over there. Bishop d5. I might even take. And yes, I think I will. Take on h4. And now I can take back this way. That should be perfectly fine. Also, capturing with the king may be better. But I already took with the knight. Now we got two knights. This way. Is that sufficiently now? Where am I? Oh gosh. Okay, let's go in. We are running down the clock. Yeah, I saw this for sure. Let's go here now. That'll be... Oh no, I should be winning a piece. Yeah, I thought that I'm winning a piece at first, but then I thought I'm not. But then I played it, and now I also just don't see how not to lose a piece, though. Okay, knight a5 is still an option. Okay, knight a5. Knight a5 is still a possibility. Very much. But then, am I going to take to open up more lines or go d6 to secure c7 even more? Not easy to see that. They better decide quickly. Yeah, it's not an easy decision. I also got this infiltration now. I think I'll try to open up the position more instead of close it. Instead of closing it. Knight a5, only option. And then I can take both. Knight there isn't working. Because I'll just take and then I can take The bishop, yeah, I can. I was only looking what happens after that. Okay, let's take. We need to pick up the pace a bit. We have a bunch of checks if needed. We gotta go up, otherwise we would get checkmated. But yeah, now it's not that complicated, or at least it should not be. Let's get closer with the checks. We'll get in with the knight. That was a move to play. Although there should be winning basically anything, but I got 40 seconds. Two pawns on the queen side. Ready to be pushed down the board. Let's give this check now. And now, okay, I'll just take knight and then take here and play this. And I think that the strategy will be to just sack the queen for the rook and promote a new queen. That should be the easiest way to convert this with little time. Damn, and my opponent is also getting down to 1 minute. Even though I'm below 30 seconds. I still don't see a problem why I should not win this. Okay, so my opponent stalled and then abandoned the game. Nice. I mean, the way I squeezed my opponent. Very nice. Yeah, my opponent tried to cast long. Very interesting, but I just got to the king quickly. Hi, welcome to the stream. And then 94. Took advantage of the pin, and already here I'm just plus 3.6. I think that I did it the right way, and I'm interested in if here what was better. None. Queen e2 was the best. But what was the evaluation after this? Plus 2.7, and if I would take the rook to do most obvious things, yeah, capturing the a-pawn was better. How does it going? It's going pretty good now. I've won nice games in a great fashion. So today, pretty good. Now the Grunfeld, which I want to play. Okay, now knight f3. No, not knight c3, come on. I get the coordinates wrong sometimes. So yeah. We are playing the Russian variation. Don't really like playing against this. But just e3, not aggressive e4. I'm all for it. Okay, c6. Now the queen goes back to hold this bishop back. Now there are a few ways how I can deal with this. You can either go knight b6 or queen b6. Basically, those are the two options. But don't I trade queens by any chance? I might. Yeah, I might. Let's see if we get a queen trade. Okay, so knight a4, provoking me into capturing. And since I already went there, I should go for it. And now, yeah, now bishop is a little stuck. But now, yeah, I should get a nice knight jump. Knight d4, knight d4. Knight d5 actually, in fact. Not the wrong coordinate. Okay, let's decide a little faster and maybe try to trade this knight. I don't like this knight coming to c5. So knight d, b6 could be an option. But also just e5 looks pretty strong. At the same time, there is a one that you take where how I might lose a pawn. If none of the knights would be guarding b6, then knight b6, and I might get into trouble. And it might be happening. Is it happening? Yeah, maybe I went e5 too quickly and this was better. Yeah, it's not ideal played. I cannot take with the a pawn. Oh, but this way I'm fine. I can take the knight first. Although I will help white get the pawn structure back intact. However, it's questionable whether you want to take with the pawn or with the rook because, yeah, the open a file is the non-compensation. And yeah, there it is. White takes with the rook. So now I can regain my pawn. And it is just about an equal position again. If knight takes, I just take with bishop. If bishop, well, okay, so now I don't have to deal with anything really, or do I have to? Do I really have to deal with something? I can take and win a pawn, then give it back, but temporarily. You can also develop then and attack this pawn. Yeah, I think I want to go for activity. Yeah, a6 is possible. But I might want to counter-attack the pawns. Though it's possible even afterwards. Yeah, it is possible. It is possible right now too, so yeah, I'll go for a6 first. The first instinct, but then, yeah, I was starting to look at active approaches to instead counter-attack these loose pawns, but they are still loose, so that's the way. But okay, maybe capturing the knight first, then a6 was the very best way. This was actually a very interesting moment, what to do. Yes, eventually decided for a6. Because now I'm pressuring. The knight is defending b3. Rook b4, attacking b7. Defending. There might be a good chance of maybe trapping the rook if b5. Although unclear. They are difficult and not so enjoyable. Yeah, I'll admit. That's definitely true. How can I defend this pawn other than push it? Okay, I think I'll push after all. The rook is kinda trapped right now, but pushing this pawn makes these two pawns now very weak because they're exposed to these files. And it makes them backwards pawn, but I'm not that sure about this. Because now, okay, I go 97, but I might be trapping a rook. You gotta go f5. f5 the only thing. Yeah, f5 is the only thing that can prevent me from winning a rook. So I cannot play it now. I cannot do anything with the bishop. I have to take. Luckily I got d5. Square, which is actually a pretty good one. Defends the backwards pawn. And thankfully f6 I got defended twice. So I'm good with that. Otherwise, the bishop in the corner would be very bad. Now I'm actually threatening to take on b2, which would be a pawn. Just a pawn. Also, there are suspiciously many bishops on the e file. So I could just attack. And maybe win one. Rook g4 makes a lot of sense. Just pinning the bishop. But I guess my response should be quite easy too. Yeah, I don't see a big problem. I just need to be careful about f6, of course. Which might just involve moving the rook from the f8 in time to get bishop to f8 in event of f6. Or putting one of the pieces to f6. That might have been a play before, that I would go knight f6 maybe. It would close the bishop though. So yeah, I think long term the king will be very just better placed on h8, but yeah, there it is. Knight is coming in, trying to get that pawn to f6. If I go there, rook sacks, and then you can do this. Wow, that's an insane tactic, but I'm attacking the knight, so not possible. So it's not possible indeed. Knight f6, bishop h6. You think I can take... I'm attacking the rook too. So I'm good there. Maybe you maintain a different position. Quite likely though. Quite likely you meant a different position. I'll go knight f6 now. Attacking the rook, so... And also attacking knight, so yeah, black... Well, white has to take. And then it will be very interesting position with only 2 rooks and 2 bishops for each side and a couple of pawns. Yeah, I thought so. that you meant slightly earlier. So yeah, the knights got traded off, and now we'll see. There is there. Yeah, once again, the bishops are a bit loose, but this counter attack also very easy to set up. But how to actually get this, because there can still be a poison and a danger in the position. But the rook cannot really get to the H file, so that's fine. It's fine if I take. And then take on B2. I would quite wanna do that. But I'm a little too scared of F6. Is it valid? I think it is. I think it actually is valid to be scared of F6. Do I still get H6 to get my king out? Okay, I mean, I've already decided to trade, possibly trade a pair of rooks first or get control over the G file. But yeah, definitely the F-pawn is not so pleasant that it is so far advanced. And yeah, I should start to do something on the queen side. At the same time, I need to worry about b4. Because just one pawn on b4 can stop all my 3 pawns that are positioned this way. The rook is currently blocked by the bishop. If you move it, maybe some checks. No, it should not be that dangerous. I might even be able to just take. Yeah, I think I'm able to just take. Let's go for it. And maybe myself play f6 and bishop e5. h3 was played okay. Yeah, now I think I'll activate the rook. So a pawn up endgame. Maybe a5. Yeah, a5 is a very useful move, but I need to find time for it. Bishop e7. Okay. And yeah, if I attack, then pawn f6. So I think I'll give a check and then go f6 myself. Yeah, I really quite don't like the bishop on f6. I need to watch out after my king. It is quite cut off on the h file, and in events of rook g3, might remain there a little longer. Yeah, there it is. There it comes. Okay. Let's attack the rook. And I might trade. Trading feels good. Trading feels good at pawn up. Such an endgame. Also just 1 minute against 2 minutes. Now we have to trade, which is awesome. And then, yeah, it will be about the queen side, but still it is 3 against 2 on the king side, so it's not that I would just lock one side and play completely on the other side. Okay, but I'm a bit afraid of that. I'll claim this. Now, attack the bishop. Oh, okay, let's go back then. And move away with the bishop, perhaps. We are trading pawns on the king side, and is it good or bad? Can't really decide. Bishop d6 was slightly better, perhaps. Now I'm gonna start advancing. Because that's what I need to do. This pawn nicely takes away d5, square from white king. Okay, let's push it and get those 2 passed pawns on the queen side. Oh wow. So I lost the pawn. That's not ideal. This will be a draw. If I think it's a draw. Yeah, okay, I think a fair result. It was a fight after all. It was quite a fight. Just a draw. White is in time. I'll take a look back at it because maybe there was a winning chance if I wouldn't have taken immediately and pushed the pawn. Maybe in a practical way, it was better to do that. I'll take a look at it. It was draw anyway, I think. Even here, if a3, but maybe it was better. Oh, it was winning. I thought so, but I had like, what, 30 seconds? But maybe not impossible to see it. Yeah, I knew it immediately, guys, to be honest, once I took. Capturing, I saw a draw. If I take, so I went for it with, I don't know, 27 seconds against like 1 minute. But yeah, then I realized that this might have been winning, and now I see. Because the pawn is simply unstoppable. And what can you try? Well, okay, it's not unstoppable, but you are gonna lose 2 pawns here. And if you go now I can take. And if you go for the same thing, then yeah, you can even take here. You can actually do both. And yeah, even this now. And now a2, and you're controlling f6. Okay. It was winning. Not impossible. I actually saw the idea once I took on h4. But okay, draw still not a bad result. on the bad result, and we can play at least one more, or maybe even more than just one. I'm feeling in a good shape today. I think that it is also visible on the games, which is the main way to tell it. Okay, next game. C4. Okay, I played it in the first game, I think, and it was not successful because we transposed into that Queen's Gambit exchanged variation where, yeah, it was not the very main line. But here we are getting something completely different. Not completely, but it is different. Okay, I'll go for this again because I don't have my knight on f3 yet. So I'll just go knight e2, then castle, and then go pawn f4. Can also go bishop g5. Even though if I do, then h6 will kick the bishop back, so maybe not. Maybe just f4 or bishop e3, queen d2. Yeah, those should be two main directions there to look at. But black is going for f5 too. That was not so hard to expect that. But yeah, I think I should simply go for f4 myself. Even though I know that black will most likely go f5 now. Oh no. So not immediately, first capturing. Okay, I'll take with the knight. Let's take with the knight. And yes, there is that weakness on d4, weak square, where black can quite freely put his pieces. Now do I want to take, how do I want to take? Most likely not with the rook. With the pawn to advance even further. No, with the bishop it should be the most solid and the safest bet. It should definitely be the safest bet. I got d5 square too, but there is c6. If I go queen d2, there is bishop h3 possibility. No, okay, there isn't. I'm defending f3 by the rook too. In that case, let's go there. Let's get this battery. And then, yeah, I'm wondering if I wanna try to trade a knight or claim d5. But now, right now, I definitely think that, yeah, I'll go bishop h6. To trade those bishops, I've already set it up. The battery, so now why not to use it? It should almost always be beneficial to trade this way. Let's take now. And yeah, do I want to or need to deal with this knight? When knight d5, then this knight will be awesome and I'll have not such a great bishop. In that case, yeah, I want to trade these knights. That would be ideal. And then yes, again, in event of solid bishop endgame, my pawns are fixed on light squares here. But yeah, there's still in far future and long pieces to be, long way to go to get there. However, you gotta consider even these things. Can maybe even go there, but now I'll take, and I feel like the pawn is mainly weak on d4. It can be defended, however, not exactly sure how easily. Did I go b4? Yeah, let's go b4. It is another breakthrough in this structure, just with the pawns next to this. I don't know how to call it, how you call this pawn structure, but yeah, simply b4 and f4 are the moves you want to get. And now a4 would be great, then I face a5, and yeah, I have to lock everything on light squares. I'm not sure if that's exactly good, but yeah, I'll try. Guess I'll try. Is that good? I'll go for it. That's for sure. I already went by now. But if it's good or bad, we'll see in the rest of the game. Doubling up along the f-file cannot be bad. That simply cannot, and I wonder if queen b4 is anything. Because would I want to trade? Maybe even yes, I would pick up the pawn very quickly. So no, yeah, I think if queen b4 I would even take. So yeah, apparently just queen e5. Let's double up. It will definitely be useful. Okay, that pawn got defended. We are locking the position down. We are locking down everything. Do I want a queen trade? You might not even get it. Okay, I simply built this position and now I'm stuck. Don't really know what to play, how to make a progress, if there is a progress to be made. No, I don't know. Okay, well, let's try queen f4. To be honest, it might be fine in some lines. I was wondering queen c5. Then I might have e5 tactic. Although f takes and it probably doesn't work immediately, or does it? Okay, so here it seems like, yeah, my opponent just wants to get that bishop endgame, which is favorable. Like I said. Makes quite a lot of sense. But I think I'll just go back and take this as a success. It weakens the king side a little. And potentially I could even sack an exchange. Because the bishop in such a position, if placed correctly, could be simply just as strong, if not stronger, as a rook. So I'm seriously now thinking about sacking the rook, or sacking the exchange. It might be a little too much, perhaps. possibly the objective strategy might be to settle for a draw. Um, how do you assess this? You know what, guys? Let's try. Let's try. I think that, yeah, I think that the position should be worth it. The position should be worth it. Let's go queen b2 and attack the pawn. Here rook goes up there and wants to trade. In that case, I'll go back and there just might be a draw. Only way to defend this pawn, which is quite an, maybe even an important one, is to go here and then I go back. So we might even get a draw here, which I'm honestly quite okay with. Yeah, I am okay with a draw here. So if black wants to continue, he'll let to get, he'll let, come on. He'll have to let the d pawn go. And with that, oh wow. So if I take with check, there's queen e5 next though. Queen e5 blocking. But then I can go away. Maybe take with the bishop. Yeah, it's certainly quite interesting. Yeah, but I'll take with check. I expect queen e5. Because the position is opening up and the queen trade then would be good. Getting closer to an endgame where definitely the rook against the bishop would thrive. Queen f6. Queen f6, not queen e5. Okay, I gotta go queen e3, I'm quite sure. And now f4 is what my opponent got prepared here, I guess. Yeah, it is. I don't have to take that though. If I take, this pawn takes, I don't know, queen h3. Yeah, queen h3 is a possibility then. But the g-file is open and that's good for the rooks. If I don't take red, I move the queen. Queen e2, there's a check then. Let's take, honestly. Maybe it's not the way to go. No, I might get destroyed. I'll try to go for maybe queen side pawns with the queen, but then I think that, yeah, leaving the king alone here won't be a good idea. How do we continue here? Maybe queen h4. But then queen defends the rook. Yeah, I gotta try, I feel like. But yeah, I guess the exchange sacrifice was not completely correct. My opponent is proving it to me right now. But yeah, it was at least interesting and definitely good to try these sacrifices in real games. And the game still isn't over. It's not looking great, but you know, anything can happen at any point. F3. Oh. Oh, so that's what this is about. But I can still take, I think. And then take with the queen. Which I would get 2 pawns for the exchange. There's also a check on a1. Is there a checkmate immediately? If there isn't, I might be alive. The king is also quite exposed. What do I do now? My no, this is not looking good. Okay, let's go here. Even with the time, I was thinking of checking with the queen and then rook f7, but there is a checkmate. Queen here and then whatever I block with, queen just takes and then mate. So we get this instead. Try to go for a checkmate. One last trick, perhaps, even though the position I got 2 pawns may be playable. The pawns are all on light squares, which is bad. But again, 20 seconds. And let the clock tick too low. But still, if right now on the next move there would be perpetual check or something, I might still get it. And now queen g7. Now queen g7, I think. No. My opponent's running. My opponent is running. Let's go back then. That was a better check, I see now. On g4, just closer to the king. Yeah, if queen takes a4, then I would be checking, and then I would be sure that there's a perpetual check. I got 10 seconds, but yeah, if queen a4, then it is a draw for sure. Although is it? Yeah, it should be. It should be a draw. Oh yeah. And this in my opponent got me. Okay, yeah, now there was an unstoppable. Okay, stoppable checkmate with bishop g2. Bishop g2 was the move. But I'm interested here. If queen g4. No, it was the last. It was the last. What if this? Came back to h8, and I would just go back, repeat, and let my opponent figure it out. But then, yeah, just queen g7. But I'm interested if in here this, yeah, that's a draw now. You see. Okay, never mind, did not work out that well, that sacrifice. I wanted to take a look at it. What was I supposed to do if not sack the exchange? It was a little shaky, and I knew what I was going into. But I wanted to try those sacrifices because, yeah, they are quite difficult, these exchange sacrifices, to make them. But in some positions, then they simply work, and you gotta find the will in yourself to go for it. So yeah, in some positions it won't work, but in some it will. Bishop g4, interesting. Do you go h6 now? Because I don't really remember. Sure, I can go back. Maybe d4. But I no longer really remember the line with the bishop g5, the best is to take. Oh. Can I take? I think I can, and then take there. Yeah, this line should be working out. That's why you take first, I think. And don't rush with bishop g5. And now I'll take on c3. That should be perfectly fine and legit. Move, and now yes, checkmate threat possible to create. But I guess just g6 and I got it. Definitely it's not the best pawn, because technically, if in an endgame these pawns will be facing against each other, this pawn is basically doing nothing. But still, it's never bad to be up a pawn. If you are not getting mated or anything like that, you know. Okay, queen h6, if the rook would somehow get there, definitely dangerous, but if that's not the case, I should simply be fine. Yeah, let's attack the bishop and then develop the bishop. Was not sure if to go bishop a6 in the previous move. But no, I'll get this bishop to d5. That's an awesome square. I got queen g7 whenever I would really need to. Which might be now. Even though I don't really need it just yet. No, I'm still good. I'm still fine. And I might try to create my own checkmate threats against g2 over there. And I think I will, in fact. Is it good? Yeah, I will. The sacrifice here will not help. I can block, and I got this diagonal under control. And simple plan. Queen g4 to threaten checkmate. Who's gonna stop me? Possibly I can even just sack. Wow. I might even just sack and I would have a short draw. Okay, now not really. Right now, not really. Yeah, you wanna take with the H pawn. Now with the bishop sacrifice itself, I just go Queen G7 and I should be alright. Yeah, I should be alright here. With Queen G4, it can be quite nice also on the attacking side. Yeah, let's simply threaten checkmate and see how will my opponent deal with this simple threat. F3 is the most likely, I would say. So in that case I might, oh, but if F3 I can even take, or can I? No, I don't think I can take. I should have taken and then go there maybe. Maybe if I would capture first and then go Queen G4. Okay. Queen H2 defends then anyway. It defends. But now I could try to go for this. Yes, this pawn is hanging, but I'm threatening mate, so... And it's also a bit useless to have this pawn. There's C4. In that case, I just take... Yeah, okay, let's go up. Let's go up and try to use the H5 for attacking. Now F3. F3 loses. F3 is a big blunder. I just give a check, and if king goes there, I win a queen, and the rooks can block because I would win the rook. If this, I take, and if this, I take. So F3 is a blunder right now. So that's nice. We are gonna take a game. There it is. This was quite a quick one. And yeah, since I started streaming earlier, I can maybe even play a little more over 2 hours today. How was the position now? Yeah, only c4 was the way to keep equity in the position. Yeah, I would take, and then bishop takes, and I assume that white will win. Yeah, maybe both of the pawns in the long run. And I'm still slightly better. Just wanna see here, just a few moves ago. So no, actually Queen G4 was the best thing to do, and then yeah, F3 was the best. But here, what was I supposed to do? Apparently, there was time for King G7 and this idea. And now once I saw what happens after C4, oh yeah, C5 to make room for the bishop to stay on the long diagonal. Okay, but we can continue. Let's get another game going. Hopefully it will be quite fast. Always nice if the game simply starts. You don't have to wait that long. There we go. How about e4 again? Against Sicilia and everybody's playing it. Can try c4. Why not do? I'll wanna switch it up. Thank you, glad you enjoyed that game. I'll try to play as many games like that as I can. We'll get a very symmetrical setup here, but I got an advantage of a move, which is great. Also slightly hesitating with d3, but I'll play it eventually. Just right now, I guess, and now castling. Yep. And now f4, f5. That's funny. But it is how it is. It is ultra symmetrical line. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess, if you take a look at it. But now we need to figure out how to take advantage of that extra move. It will definitely is not much. Do you want to take at any point? I don't think you want to take. I don't think that capturing is good. Yeah, that's what you get. Okay, yeah, rook b1 is good, definitely. That's what I know. Rook b1 is a good move. I remember it. Because, yeah, again, we got this structure, and I already said it once today. That, yeah, the two breakthroughs are f4. Same goes for black, and then the second one is b4. So that's what we might want to try to set up. Knight jumps in. Do I want to take? I think it's not bad. Capturing, and then I'll most likely get my own knight to d5. That should be the plan. Now, do I want the symmetry again? Or take with the e-pawn? That's a difficult decision to make. But since I already went for rook b1, I might as well want to take with the e-pawn and mix things up a little. So now it's not ultra symmetrical. And also I can make more use of the rook on the b file. Queen e7, yeah, I assume the plan that black will have in mind is to advance the e-pawn. But I probably want to advance the c-pawn. Or do I want to take? If I take and bishop takes or queen takes, I like that. And if pawn takes, how's it standing then? Then it's a big mess. Yeah, then really it is a mess. But let's go for it. Let's go for it. We'll both push the pawns forward. And we'll both basically just hope that our opponents will be stronger. Because there is quite no stopping them. For either side. There really is quite no stopping them. Yeah, I'll just go c5. e4. There we go. We advance. But now there's the first pawn encounter. Do I need to take? If I take, then I don't really like it too much. If I don't, the pawn will advance to e3. Yeah, that's the dilemma. But you know what? I think I would be more okay with the pawn advancing to e3. than to face the pawns connected in the center. Okay. Oh yeah, no, it's a problem. I wanted to go a4 against this move initially, but now bishop would just take okay. This is something I miscalculated a little. In that case, I'll have to sack the exchange. Wow. Forgot about this move. In that case, yeah, I might take now. Let's try. I don't see anything better because if the bishop would win a pawn there, would not be good. I can take with the bishop too. Maybe snatch on d4. That probably isn't a bad idea. I still got chances with these pawns because they are so far advanced. Like an exchange might not even matter. And the bishop pair is strong. Yeah, now queen takes, that's what I thought. But I'll go back and there aren't two connected pawns. So that was my idea behind capturing with the bishop. Possibly capturing with the king. Although no, that would again caption that. Yeah, that was not working either. That wasn't working either. No, okay, I'll just push my pawn. Because that's what I got. Queen goes in there and that is a little dangerous. That is. Am I gonna give a check? I can even maybe even take the pawn. But then the rook will get on the second rank. That's not what we want. Is it? So how are we stopping it then? Is it even possible? Yeah, queen f3, bishop f3. But this rook e3. Then I'll go bishop b3 and try to provoke rook e3 because then there could be tactics over here. Yeah, here we go. Now we might get interesting things here. Actually, in fact. We might. Let's give this check. And then can we take? I think we can. Let's take. We might be getting an exchange back with extra pawn. If rook e1. Otherwise, it might be checkmate. Oh wow, yeah. That was the trick I was going for. If not rook e3, then I think I would be lost. But yeah. Even I can get lucky. Well, sometimes. The game isn't over. I think rook e1, I take, and queen takes is what will keep the game going. I mean, I'm not just thinking, it is what would keep the game going. Or is this a valid approach? Well, yeah, but now I can get an exchange through. If I take, king takes. Now let's just take the exchange back. Now we got opposite colored bishops. Opposite colored bishops. In such a position, I got these pawns. I think I want a rook trade. Oh, not a rook trade, but a queen trade. And maybe I can even take. I don't want to get too greedy. But I think I can. Don't see any immediate problem. Yeah, let's take. Okay, f4 is apparently something that should scare me off. I think I can take, can I? Opposite card bishop's always tricky. I can go rook b3. Yeah, I like rook b3. Hitting the queen. Defending g3 too. Then yeah, I might just push and push. What I don't like about pushing and then c6 is that I would close my bishop here. And it's still a very dynamic and open position. With enough pieces to checkmate. Okay, let's go here then. Attack the queen again. That simply will not be bad. Now the queen is very passive, so that's good. That's what we wanted to see. Can I even take? I should decide quickly. I say it and then I don't. Decide quickly. But my king is still quite weak, you know? It is more open than black's king. So trades would be very helpful. But what I didn't like about this was queen g4 possibility. Pinning to the queen on d1. That's why I went for this. Now check possibility. King g2. And that's where my calculation ended in this line. So I hope there isn't anything more surprising than this. I got c6 prepared now. That's a little bit of something. But I'll go for a rook trade first if possible. But yeah, c6 should be a possibility now. Isn't it? Is it? I think it is. Also rook f4. Yeah, I'm quite sure I can push the pawn now. But it's very, very unclear. But I just need to push the pawns. And then when I promote, I should be winning instantly. But the queen plus the bishop can do magic. They can. But it should be winning. It should. Where can the queen go? It goes back. And now, okay, I'll take. Yeah, I hope there is a mate. Oh yeah, there is. There is one. There is c7 and then there is a checkmate threat. So yeah, this is winning now. Pawn takes and I go c7. Oh wow, queen is even... going in this way. But yeah, now I can just go back. Move the first rank, and I got the rank carrot and the diagonal carrot. So I'm good. I just need to not lose on time. If bishop takes, there is even mate in one. So that's not a possibility. I can, yeah, now I can do whatever I want to. Yeah, I can do this, why not? The diagonal is protected by the bishop, this is by the rook. They are both defended by the queen. I'll just push. If queen takes, I promote. Yeah, this is very simple and enjoyable to play, of course. And I can push this, and if queen takes, this is checkmate. There are checkmates everywhere now. Oh wow, haven't had such a game with pawns advancing in a while. Oh my. My opponent wanted some kind of a stalemate if there was. If I would take. But I don't know. Okay, this was a nice victory, a nice game. And yeah, as much, yeah, we are close to being back to 2200. But to be honest, I think I'll end with this beautiful game and yeah, I'll leave the 2200 barrier for tomorrow. Yeah, almost 3. Almost 3 queens. Yeah, I'll let the 2200 barrier for tomorrow. Enjoy these games and thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something.